I should rename this Hermit Alone Together. So let's see who's out and up. If anyone is out and up. And we'll see how we do. Hi. Hello. Hi. You're not seeing my face. Yes. We've gotten to that now. But we do have tarot. And I feel like we should work some out. So I'm going to try to see if I can have you help me pick what card you like. So I'm going to get my cards, see if I can get all the cards in the screen. Ooh, that Toth Tarot. Come in, say hi. I'm going to get some situations going on here. See what we can figure out. If this works. If it doesn't work, then we know something else that doesn't work. But we got to keep striking. Wow. It didn't like ever come to it. Okay. So let's go see. Let's see what we got. Let's go see what we got. There we go. That's that. Repeating me, making sure I can see it. And then it's on. Okay. How does that come up? Does that come up? Very good. So as you come in, we're going to get ready to get some cards pulled and figure out what this feels like to do this without being in front of the camera. I think I'll do a lot more if I don't have to pull myself together first, right? So the question is, do we just placate not being pulled together? Or do we figure out how to pull together? I think that's it. Hi, come in, have a seat. Let me know who's here. Come hang out. We're going to do some tarot. I plan to do some tarot today. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, pop-ins. I guess it's only cool if you're able to kind of peer in at me, but we're not going to do that this time, not today. I'm going to share it on Facebook and Instagram. I'm going to share it there. I'm going to share it on Instagram. So while I do that, hopefully you can hear me and all that is cool. And if not, I'm so sorry, but you'd have to let me know. Because this is where we are. All right, live streaming. So we've got 2 different instances going, and as soon as we have some questions, we will get those answered. I'm going to make sure that I'm shared everywhere I can share. See if my girls are here. And if they are, that's really cool. I like when they come hang out. We have fun. We have fun hanging out in here. Let's look at some cards. As soon as I get this YouTube stuff figured out, I am going to probably do my own kind of spread here, 9-card spread. We'll see where I am. And then figure out what's the best way forward, because apparently there's some blockage. So let's figure out where it is, what those blind spots are. Ask and let's figure it out. We're going to get there. Okay, so here we go. That feels better than when that's not there. All right, here we go. You gotta get yourself up. You gotta get yourself up, right? Okay. So as those numbers climb and people come in, let's do a nice 9-card spread and see what comes out with those. So I'm going to spread out the cards, and before I pull them, I like to, ooh, wow. Look, we've got a card that's flipped inside of the deck already. Is that awesome? Look at that. The luxury card. That never happens to me. That's awesome. So in addition to everything that's happening, we need to, hey, Jackie, we need to pay attention to making sure that we are being really careful with our words about what we have and what we cherish. And, you know, not everybody's as fortunate as us. Even if it feels like they're real crappy, not everybody's as fortunate as us. And so we have to make sure that we're not being braggarts, in a sense. Luxury cards about, I don't know, going on too much. You go on too much. Going on too much about what you have, what you got. So I'm going to go ahead and spread these out. And I think what I'm going to do is a 9-card spread. And so hopefully the 9 cards will fit. I've never done my camera like this, so you'll be with me while we figure out whether or not it fits. Let's see. I'll ask the pendulum. Should we do a 9-card or a 4-card spread? So let's try. Here's the pendulum. You know, a circle is yes, and a straight line is back and forth. Ooh, it's good. You can see that's a circle. You can really read that, right? So should we do a 9-card spread? Let's see what the pendulum says. And the pendulum tells us it's a yes so far. Oh, it's changing. There it is. No. Okay. Should I do a 4-card spread? Are y'all reading it? Can you read it? That's a yes. Maybe it sucks because you can't see my hand, but I'm not actually moving. I never do. But that's a yes. Yay! A clear yes. Okay, so it's going to be a 4-card spread. So the first card we're going to pull is, what is the basic theme? So now that I have the card spread out, just doing a deep breath cleansing, and then we'll pull the cards. So deep breath into the nose, out through the mouth to release the day so far. Into the nose, out through the mouth to ground. Try to become really heavy in your seat. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth to connect, right? And then we're going to pull 4 cards. So the first card we're going to pull is, good, I'm so glad you can see it. The first card we're going to pull is the basic theme. So my eyes are closed, I'm pulling, and I'm not actually looking at the cards. Here's my basic theme. And then we're going to pull, what am I attracting? So what am I pulling towards myself right now? I think by default, because I'm not doing a lot of conscious attracting right now. Okay. What am I showing of myself to the world? So what am I giving? What am I showing of myself to the world? And then what's the outcome? The last card's going to be the outcome. Very good. So if you can see, I'll move these out of the way so y'all can see better. 3 cards are inverted. No wonder I feel kind of funky. Can you see? There, now you can see. Now, oh, it's happening. I promise it's happening. There. Now you can see. So this is the top card, bottom card. These are the ones on the wings, okay? So the top card, the basic theme is inverted. So that means where we are is confused, right? There's blocked energy where we are. So let's figure that out first. Where we are is confused. Where we are is inverted Emperor. And that makes complete sense. So if you know that, the Emperor card is all about structure and discipline. And when he's inverted, that means you're blocking structure and discipline. So I'm willfully being really carefree, which is awesome on vacation time and recreational time, which I guess Sunday is. But it's not amazing for life. For life, you need to have some structure. And I think that the way this is coming up for, I'm trying to figure out what the problem is. And so the problem is I'm lacking some discipline. I need to pull discipline in. Does anybody else feel like they need to pull discipline in? Who else needs more discipline? Do you feel that during this pandemic with your pandemic 15 or whatever you gained? If you gained anybody else who is feeling like there is definitely discipline lacking. So that's what the basic theme is. So then what are we attracting? What am I attracting? Oh no. It's going right off the rails. The Tower card, everybody, is a really big, scary card in the tarot world. It's about destructive change. And so the reason for the lack of discipline is because I'm not satisfied with what is. And so I'd rather just blow it all up. And because I'm not taking the steps to blow it all up, I'm just kind of letting it all fall apart with my lack of attention. It's like neglecting it to death, dehydrating it, which is a long, slow process. It's as long and slow as killing yourself with cigarettes. That's a long, slow process. You can do it much faster ways. But if you don't really mean it, you do it this slow, kind of weird, non-committal kind of way. And that's the way that I'm dealing with the things that I'm not happy with and pleased with in my life. By the way, this is the second major arcana card. So this is major arcana, this is major arcana. We're at a huge crossroads, huge crossroads. There's a lot going on. So that is important to note. No temporary things, nothing soft is happening right now. It's hard things happening right now, or impactful things happening right now. What I'm showing of myself, how I'm interacting with the world. Now you see how this is inverted? That's blocked energy. So however I'm interacting with the world is some fraction of how I could be, because it's not my full self that I'm giving to it. So how I'm interacting with the things around me is, ooh, cheaply. This is a big money card, big money, big resources. But I'm dealing with the world as if I don't have big money and don't have big resources, that as if I'm from a position of lack. And that can be really, well, it's disempowering. There's not a whole lot that you can do from the position of, well, I don't have enough this, I don't have enough that, and thinking of what isn't. That doesn't really empower us. And so one of the things that's happening as a result of not keeping my discipline together is I'm also not utilizing the resources I have, not seeing what is available to me. And that is kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It kind of keeps you down. You know, when you find yourself in the valley and when you find yourself like struggling against things, there's several mechanisms actually that you use on a daily and repeated basis to keep yourself down. And that is what is happening. That's how I'm interacting with everything presented to me. So that's how that comes across. The next thing, the outcome. So what is all this about? This is not a beautiful spread. I mean, all tarot is beautiful to me. But this is not an amazing, this is not awesome, beautiful rainbows. And I haven't had one minor arcana card yet. Ace, but that's not minor. Let's see. I'm lacking feeling. So here, there are two dudes in my spread, and they both have their legs showing, so they're a little bit vulnerable. Both of them have muscular legs, so they're strong but vulnerable. And neither one of them is looking at what's happening. This guy's looking to the past. This guy is closed eyes. He's meditating. So nobody's looking at what's coming. Looking at what's right in front of us, which this card kind of says, you know, not utilizing the resources. But when the Prince of Cups is inverted, that means I am not moving with my feeling. I am not leading with my heart. I am leading with something else. And I'm sure it's fear, because there's only two emotions, love and fear, right? And so this now comes to me as, this is this person, which is me, but it's easier for me to talk about in third person. This person is in a fear pattern right now, and that's causing them to not see what resources they actually have available for them. And this has been going on long enough to where they're actually attracting some huge thing to come happen to shake things up. You know, one cool thing about tragedy is that it clarifies things. If you've ever noticed when someone close to you dies, you really start forgetting about the petty stuff you were worried about. And that's what tragedy does. So it actually does have a purpose, but it's a really expensive way to get those lessons and get those inspirations. It's expensive. It's expensive. And so instead of like requiring that everything be really, really dramatic. I could pick up the clues from like a tarot spread and say, well, instead of just walking around not having any discipline at all, I think I'm going to start instituting some discipline. I think I'm going to start waking up a half hour early and walking to the mailbox every day, just every day, just to get myself moving, just to give myself a pattern that I do when I wake up in the morning or something, anything. Just start putting some structure where there is no structure, because right now it's too lackadaisical, right? And then instead of coming from a position of lack, say this was talking about diet. You want to start a new diet. You want to cut out a food group. Instead of thinking about that food group being gone, think about what is in the ones that are left and what you can do with that, and start thinking from a creative standpoint of what is instead of what isn't. And that can really help pull things along, or whatever it is for you. I mean, that's what works for me sometimes, but what is it that works for you? When you look at the colors in the cards, the darkest card, or the abyss, or the most chasmatic, I don't know. The card that has the most chasm in it is what's coming. And it's the only card that's upright is destructive change. Everything else is energies that are blocked. What isn't blocked is this invitation for something huge to come and shake everything up. And that really only happens when you feel out of control, when you feel like you can't take care of things, when you feel like you don't have the power to move things in a direction where you want them to be. That's when you want somebody to come and do it for you. Remember when you were a little kid and something scary happened and you dreamed a dragon would come save you? That's what Falcor was all about on The Neverending Story. A big dragon came and saved the dude, right? And he went and scared the bullies. Like, it's an immature way of thinking. It's a way of thinking about some outside force that can come fix it. Some people think it's what religion's based on. Stop. I'm just saying. Some people think there's whole religions based on that same thing, that there's something huge and bigger than you that can come save you from it. And that is just a disempowered position to think from. So that's a lot to think about. I have to figure out where I can see these things. Where do these line up for me? And then, either stare at it that way or choose to change it into a different direction, change it into something that works more for me. So what questions come across for you? What comes out for what I want to take a picture of this because I thought this was really significant. So before I send it on its way, what comes up for you? What questions do you see where you need discipline, where you're maybe hoping for something dramatic to happen? And by the way, as far as dramatic things, we've had a lot of dramatic things this year, right? I mean, everybody being in the house and whole industries changing and disappearing. You know, an industry I was thinking about the other day was school buses. What happens to school buses? Do they just stop being? there's a lot of them and they're huge. Do we turn them into tiny homes for the homeless? What do we do with them? There's a whole bunch and we're not using them. And we're not going to use as many as we did before, probably ever. There's probably 30% of people who went home homeschooling and never going back. So I'm wondering about that. Anyway, do you have questions? Y'all talk to me. Tell me something. Talk to me. Tell me something. I want to hear you. I want to hear what questions you have. What spread can we do? What can help enlighten you and move you along the road? I understand being stuck. I just did a whole spread where I'm showing my stuck. Ooh, you want to play? Look, a card jumped out at me just now when I started talking about being stuck and vulnerability. It's the love card. Yay, love. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. The question is always love. Love is all that there is. So how do we get there? Why are we far from it? What can we do to change that pattern? What else is there? Let's ground and... Oh, sorry. Jackie, I'm so sorry your phone's about to die. I hope you can jump on next time we're here. I'm going to go ahead and try to think of what's the next thing that we can dig into. What would be the next scariest question I could ask? I know. I feel like every sometimes I feel like I'm healing, and sometimes I feel like I'm just like stagnating. So what's the question is, am I healing or stagnating? So I've got my cards out. I'm going to take my pendulum and I'm going to do it over them. And since the card's out, it'll be easy for you to tell if it's circling or not. What my question is, right now, am I healing? That's a circle. Can you see the round? It's going off the screen, it's circling. That's a circle. Right now, am I healing? Yes. It's hitting my finger, that's why it's bouncing. Yes, very good. Okay, question. How to let go of that which no longer serves you? That is a scary question. How do we let go? I can ask for you specifically, Marie. Hi, I'm glad you're here. How to let go of that which no longer serves you? I'm going to do a shuffle for you. Thinking about that question. How to let go of that which no longer serves you. For Marie, this is going to be specific to you, love. How to be, I'm glad you got it plugged in. How to get rid of that which no longer serves you. Here we go. For all of us. Okay, for all of us. How to get rid of that which no longer serves us, then. I'm averting my eyes, and our answer is fighting me a little bit. We don't want to get rid of some of the things that no longer serve us. Hey, he came back. We just saw this dude. And then he ran away from me. The Prince of Cups. So the Prince of Cups is all about moving with your heart, leading with your heart, moving forward with your heart emotionally. That's correct. I think it's right that it is about letting go of something that's true. And I think that we spend a lot of time pressing on, pressing forward, going after that which is no longer good for you or does not serve you. So with this dude, I'm going to read the actual keywords for him. I'm trying to, ooh. I think that I don't want what was, but I may not be moving towards the next thing as smoothly as I thought I was. I thought I was more ready for it than I am. I don't know. Anyway, I've got my book right here. So let's look and see. Not on the camera because I'm not. What's best for? Let's look at this Prince of Cups. Here's the Queen of Cups, Prince of Cups. So let me give you the exact question that we need for the Prince of Cups, and it is, what secret wishes are you unwilling to admit to? That's funny because we were just saying that. What secret wishes are you unwilling to admit to? And then you know what the affirmation is? Sexual. Ooh, I now live out my sexual desires. This makes me more vital and fulfilled. All right, so let's start a sexual desire camp. What is that going to look like? Anyway, that's where our fulfillment is. Has something to do with sexual desires. You know, that doesn't have to necessarily involve other people. It's up to what you fit to do. What you think. I think that's a great one. Letting go of that, of pursuing things that, how did you say it? Letting go of something that you have been pursuing so much. Yes. Yes. Letting go of something you've been pursuing so much. I feel like for me, I just feel like I've not been pursuing. I feel like I've been really finding so many reasons to stay still. I'm really finding a whole lot of procrastination reasons. And I went through something with my son this morning where he was like telling me some excuses for something. I was like, none of those excuses work. And it was like a big mirror up there. I was like, yeah, that's true. None of these excuses work. He teaches me more than he will ever know. What's another good question? Marie, you had a great one. Would you have another one? Jackie, do you have a question that we should be asking ourselves? What will get us through We'll get us out of this quarantine 15 and back into caring and not treating our stomachs like garbage bins and getting our bodies to move a little bit instead of waking up to more and more creaks and strikes. You really can. You can talk yourself out of absolutely everything. Absolutely everything. Let's do some active. Let's just grab an active and passive. I like that. How about, to be interactive, how about you tell me when to stop? I'll run my hand back and forth and you say when to stop. I don't know with timing how well that's going to work across the YouTube, but I believe there's no such thing as coincidence, so I still think we'll be connected. So you tell me when to stop. Either one of you, Marie or Jackie, or anybody else who's not talking. When to stop. As soon as it pops up. Okay. Okay. Let's see what we got. We're only going to see 4 cards today. They're going to be the original 4 in the spread I just pulled, and then the luxury that popped out too. It's the Tower. Ew, y'all, that's the destructive change. Let's see what the question is for the Tower. That's, that's a heavy card in tarot. But our deck doesn't want to see anything else but the 4 cards. So I told you in the beginning, here are the cards you need. Stop asking me silly questions. I already told you this. It's yelling at me now. Okay, the questions for the Tower are you ready to view yourself and life with new eyes? Are you ready to view yourself and life with new eyes? Let me read you the indication. You are in the midst of or about to enter into an extremely intensive transformatory process. Whatever is destroyed or shaken within you serves to purify you and make room for something new. Allow it. Okay. So there will be things that will be destroyed and shaken within us, but it's to make room for something new and to allow it. So kind of spend some time allowing the new energy. There's new energy coming. Allow it. That's the opposite of chasing it, is allowing it, right? Marie, I think that's a really good point. So we're going to be allowing instead of fighting against, pulling towards, pushing against, just sitting there and allowing. That's like really, it's a difficult thing to ask somebody who has shark energy, because shark energy people like to move. They don't like to be still. That's the whole point. It's called shark energy because sharks die if they're still, right? So let's see. Let's see if we can get a different card than what we saw earlier. Oops. Let's see if we can shuffle. And then let's see if we can get a different card than what we had earlier. Wow, that was what was the question we asked? We got the Tower? What we're supposed to be doing to change stuff? Oh my gosh, the Tower. Yeah, maybe it's time for some big changes. We all have been like sitting here. Oh, it was how to do it. We all have been sitting here kind of soaking up this horrible, stagnant energy of COVID. By the way, if you are in here, please hit like and subscribe if you're not subscribed. I think wherever you can find those controls, hit the buttons. And I am open for whoever's question. So if you do have a question, you let me know and we will work through it. We're trying to see if we can get past the 4 cards we first pulled in the spread I haven't put them in. I wish I could pull that back up. One day I'm going to be so good at this YouTube stuff, I'll be able to show you what I showed, the spread I had earlier and all that good stuff. Let's see. I have played with my cards so little lately. Whenever I go into my little cave, sometimes I pull away from my tarot because I know that one of the things that you definitely get what the tarot reading is your responsibility. You don't get to walk away with, you just get to sit there. No, it usually has something to do with what you need to do next, right? So what do we say? Do we have a question? Am I coming up with a question? We were talking about something will be shaken within you with the Tower card, and before that, with the Prince of Cups, it was about, yes, Driven. You may ask a question. With the Prince of Cups, we were talking about what secret desires. Do I have secret desires? I mean, I guess. I don't know if they're secret. I'm really allowed now. I don't know how secret anything is. What's your question, Driven? As soon as you ask, I promise I'll answer. We have the cards are spread out. They're ready for a question. I'm going to kind of move. Since I'm not on camera, I guess it's important that there's something moving on here. Oh, would it be a good idea to maybe light a candle? Then the candle would flicker, and so people could see that the candle's moving. And so without my mouth, you'd still know that we're moving and we're still here. Or anybody else, ask whatever questions. While you're coming up with it, I think I might pull what energy should we face this week with? Like, what would be the best energy to face this first week of March with? Spring comes next month. Tomorrow starts the month where spring comes. Just 20 days from tomorrow, it's going to be spring. Maybe it's important to start asking questions like, what do we need to finish in the winter time? What do we need to finish by the spring equinox so it doesn't come with us for the rest of the year? What do we need to leave in winter's ass, which started in 2020, right? Is there any last minute things we need to get together and straighten out? Yeah, what to close out, what to wrap up exactly. I think that's a great thing to do. We've got 20 days. You can do anything in 20 days. You start a new habit in 20 days, right? And so you can lose like 3 or 4 pounds in 20 days safely. So what to wrap up and close? Let's ask that instead of asking about. Well, it's the same question. We're asking about what we're going to do with the next week, all the way to the 20th. What do we need to get done so that we can be ready for spring? So let's see what energy would help us the most. And then I'll answer your question, Divine, very, very next. What energy would help us the most entering in this month where spring is coming and closing out everything from 2020 that needs to go in the winter? I think it's both of them. You'll think it's both? I think it's both. This one's pretty obvious. Do you think it's both? I think it's both. Ooh, here's worry. Here's the worry card. So we need to get some help with our worry. So whatever has been the thing that's been on our mind, that's been chewing up our nights for the last 3 months for winter time, it's time to get some help. The yellow in the worry card means that it's time to get some help with that. So if it's religious help or, seeing a counselor, seeing somebody, whatever that thing is, has gone into obsession. It's outside of worry. It's outside of a little bit of depression. It's where we need help now. So one of the things that everybody on here needs to do, we need to go and seek some help for the thing that keeps us up at night. That worry is too much for us now. That's one. And then the other one, is fortune. How good. Good. I'm so glad. Right. Fantastic. So, and then fortune. So we've got good energy, good vibes, good luck is coming to us. It's here and it's coming to us. But do you know, as long as you believe in your own limitation, as you fight for your limitation and you believe that you deserve less than, you'll continue to find tragedy in the most beautiful places, right? So fortune does await those who seek help. And what if it's just one behavioral pattern away, and then you can stop having that obsessive thought take over your mind? Look how much lighter and brighter this purple card. I mean, it's got very similar colors. They do, and there's circles in both. But this one is about the circle of of the future. These worry circles are on top of each other and kind of claustrophobic, right? And so when you look at these cards, we're going to, and then they both have yellow too. But this yellow is about help, and it's kind of on the edges. This yellow, it's central. The help is right in the middle of that wheel. It's around the wheel, assisting the wheel, and that's kind of what we need. We need to get unstuck. Yeah, one behavioral pattern. I believe that it is. I know for me it is, because I've been really talking myself out of a whole lot of really healthy things lately. I've talked myself out of yoga and walking and water and low carb and all these things I know that are good for me. I've just been talking myself out of it. Very good. These are good things for us to focus on. So to close out 2020 and send and everything that needs to be in winter during the next 20 days, we're going to seek help for that. The low-hanging fruit, whatever is most major, whatever has become obsessive for you, seek help for. Call your EAP at work. If you don't have an EAP at work, there's all kinds of free resources available. And now that everybody's doing it from home, it's even easier. And then accept that we're just blessed. We just have good fortune. There's good on its way. Okay. That is correct. That is correct. You do need to be aware of those things. And my I don't know how people in your family said it, but my family would say, make sure to never become somebody that nobody can talk to. Make sure that people can talk to you and can get to you. Driven had a question. I wanted to see if my female Aquarius friend Emma thinks I'm insecure about myself. She at times keeps leaving me on red and stuff, and it's irritating. Yeah, I don't ever know how to handle that in female relationships. I think I'm I don't know. I think I'm intense for female relationships. So let's see. I'm just going to spread the cards out so we can have them if we need them, and plus it'll be easy for you to read the pendulum when I have the lines of them. So wanted to see if your female friend. I understand. Yeah, me too. Female friends. I'm talking about with just friends. That's harder for me. Because with somebody I'm intimate with, I can, just demand them around. I mean, I do. All right, so let's see. Does she think you're insecure about yourself? So does Emma think Driven is insecure about herself? The circle is yes. Back and forth is no. So we've asked the question, does Emma feel like she's insecure about herself? That is remaining a circle. Yes, your answer is yes. There you go. Maybe write her less. And it doesn't sound like it's a time to have a big, deep, where are we kind of conversation in the relationship. So yeah. All right. Hopefully that helps you with making some stronger decisions. Okay, what's next? Let's ask another question. What do we think, guys? Are you ready for spring? I could be more ready for spring. I could be like 15 pounds down. Or 50. I don't know. Is there a way to feel better? Ready for spring? Does that do it? Sundresses cover a myriad of ills. Oh, I'm ready for sundresses. I'm ready for sun. It is rain. If I told you how much it's raining right now, you would not believe me. And the fact that it has been raining like that all morning, and it won't stop until tomorrow. It's just really heavy rain. My God. I don't know. I've taken 2 vitamin Ds today. Hopefully that'll get me over. Where does it lead to next? Let's see. Let's pull a card. Let's pull cards for what's passive and active. Driven. Let's see. I'm gonna pull one for passive. Where does it lead to next? Passively and actively. So I'm taking my non-dominant hand, my left hand. I'm gonna pull passive passive, and active. And I'll pull these out of the way so you can actually see them. Passive and active. For passive and active, they came up the opposite of what I would expect for passive and active. Passive is upright, and active is inverted. So passive is, interference. So become to passively, in a non-confrontational way, become a little bit too busy for the relationship. When she does call and when she reaches out, like, oh, you know what, I kind of gotta go, and be interrupted. This is called interference. So you want to block some of the time, energy that's going into that relationship. So when it comes up in your mind and when it comes up in reality, you want to go away from it a little bit for a while. Veer left. So you're going to spend less time in that relationship and on that relationship. And then actively, it's saying to take off your rose-colored glasses about the relationship. Maybe it isn't what you thought it is. Maybe it has never been what you thought it is. Because with the Knight of Cups coming up inverted, he's inverted. It might look like it's upright on your screen, but he's inverted. This is upside right. This is inverted. He's like he's so optimistic that he is romantic, and this is saying to block that energy. And so it might be saying to be a little bit more realistic than you have been looking at this person or this relationship. And maybe it feels like maybe that it was replacing another relationship that you had before. And that's why you have all the attachment. It's not actually about this person, but it's about the relationship that you're trying to make this one fix. And first of all, that's not how things work. It can't fix the last one. It's its own thing. And then also, that's kind of confusing how you're seeing the relationship, which might be affecting what this one could be, because it's not what you want. It's not the old one, but it can't be its own new self without your contribution. So hopefully that helps with you kind of getting some direction around it and seeing it in its beingness, because that, I believe, would help you. So good luck with it. Hope it helps. What else do we have? Maria, are you back? Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure what to tell you. What it might be in replacement. I know there was a time when I had some friends and they were coming really close and we were starting to call each other sisters. And then my sister was like, why are you trying to create more sisters? You have sisters. You're welcome. And I didn't realize that's what I was doing, but I was trying to create what I already had. And in doing that, I wasn't allowing the relationship to be what it actually was. That happened to me like 20 years ago. So I can definitely relate. And I didn't actually know that's what was happening until somebody else like pointed it out to me. I was like, yeah. I usually get along better in a relationship with males than females, even friendships, just because the way that the shape of my energy, I believe, is more similar to masculine energy than female. Gosh, don't get me started on how do people say don't get me started? Don't even get me started on authentic and truthful. That's like the so. It's so important. It's so important. I think we're going to, in addition to, it ended. So what else can we get? I've got like maybe it's 17 minutes left. I think it would be great to have a nice hour long session with you guys. And so let's see what else we need to kind of dig into. I'm glad we got some different cards than what I pulled earlier today. That means the deck does have other cards besides those couple. I know, with the alternative agendas, I don't even know why. I don't know why you would want to have some of the agendas some of the females have had that have been around. Let's pull one for, you want to do the year? How about we do the year? Oh, card for next week. Okay, card for next week. I haven't done my year yet, and I did my year last January. It was pretty cool. I can't believe it's so far from January already. A card for next week. Here we go. Looks like it's over here. It's inverted. Next week is a good week for stopping obsessive habits. So whatever you are overindulging in, we're going to not next week. So if you've been smoking way too much weed or drinking way too much alcohol or eating way too many ho-hos, I said. Talking about little donut things. Next week is when we're going to stop it. I'm talking about this week too, Marie, the one that's starting today. Yes, this week. We're going to stop whatever it is that we're stuffing our feelings into. This week, we're going to bring it to a close. So if you know that, it's your third trip to the kitchen, let's stop. Let's not. Let's not that. Stop obsessive behavior. That's escapism. Because the problem with escapism is that your mind knows that you're using this behavior to escape from the thing. So it doesn't let you escape from the thing. It's just hurting your body. Isn't that terrible? It's not even effective. So let's not. Okay, so what am I obsessing with? I have been eating just everything that comes across my way. I'm eating behind the kids. My one kiddo leaves food all the time. I'm like, we don't want that to go to waste. We don't want it to go to my waste. There's a better way to look at that. Escapism. Let's not escape with those things anymore. Let's instead of facing whatever it is, I don't even want you to face whatever it is. I just want you to write it down. Just grab a spiral, take the last page, and just start writing it down. I was about to smoke a cigarette because I feel unworthy. I was about to take a drink of wine because I feel lonely right now. Just write it down. You don't have to do anything else. Let's just spend some time observing it. Yeah. I mean, maybe face it. Let's just name it for now. I don't know if I want you to face it. I don't know if it's time to face it. But it's time to name it. Give it its own name, because calling it something else is just hurting us, right? I like that one. That's good. Come out of debauchery. Woo! That just changes the shape of everything. Let's just name whatever it is. I've got my little journal, little spiral journal. I'm just going to name it. What is this? And then call it by its name. Maybe if we start dealing with it for what it is, it might not be as hard as we think. Maybe. But I'll tell you what isn't working, and that's escapism. That doesn't fix it at all. That just kicks it down the road. What else do we think? Do we have more questions? Let's ask the pendulum. When I decided last year, I decided I'm not going to wonder anymore this year. I'm not going to wander. So if I have a question, I'm just going to ask the pendulum. I don't want to wander, because I was getting lost in that and spending a lot of time there instead of moving. Do we have any more questions among us? The pendulum says yes. That's a big old swinging yes. You see that yes? Should I move this? Is there an easier way for you to see it? Yes. That's a yes. What's your question? Who has more questions that they want me to answer and look into right now and speak to? I have to say, I'm so much more comfortable doing this without the camera on my face. I wish I would have done it like this so long ago. It's so much better. I'm in my robe and braless, and it doesn't even matter. Got my bonnet on. Like a mess. But I feel so open. And it's all right. I'm going to get done with this and go hug my boys and play some game with them online. And then get on with my day. So what do we say? My pendulum says there's more questions for this. So let me ask you if I should pull. Should I pull a collective card, pendulum? It's just been swinging yes this whole time. Is it going to change direction now that I asked a question? Should I pull a collective card? It's a smaller yes. It's swinging. I think it's turning into a no. Hold on. What do y'all think? You see that change? I think it's changing into a no. See, that's more like a no. That's back and forth. Can y'all see that? Okay, so that's a no. There we go. No, I'm not supposed. No, I'm not supposed to. And it's like getting still. Oof. All right, y'all, it's on you. You gotta ask something. These cards are here. Look, the answer is between this one and this one. One of these 78 cards is about to clear up whatever that thing is. Let's clear it up. Why not? What's happening? It hasn't worked so far. Let's figure out what will. What's gonna get us off the couch? What's on your heart? My heart? Oh, Jackie's. What's on your heart, Jackie? What's on your heart? Some of my heart. Some of my heart is where I want to go next. Do you know I'm being really drawn to Hawaii? I don't know where that came from, but all of a sudden I'm all kinds of 1800% about Hawaii. And I think there's something there for me. I'm going to ask while y'all are thinking and stuff. Is there something in Hawaii for me? Yes. Yes, I'm being drawn to it. Am I being pulled there? Every time I hear it, I keep thinking about those black beaches, the beaches with the black sand, and it's making me like so happy. It's like the only thing that makes me happy when I think about it, about the future, is Hawaii. Moving there. When my cousin was talking to me, and she told me that she went there, and they had barbecue on the beach. And I was like, barbecue on a beach. And I kept thinking about like having a big old greasy rib in my hand and standing in the ocean. And it felt like the most amazing thing I could think of. When am I supposed to go? Good question. Am I supposed to go? Should I go to Hawaii in 2021? That is a very small circle. So if I did, it would be the very end of this year. The very, very end of this year. Should I go to Hawaii in 2022? Much more decent. That's a much more decent yes. That's a bigger yes. All right, y'all. You girls, we go to Hawaii in 2022. I don't think I'm going to live there yet. I think I'm going to visit. Should I move? Should I move in 2022? See, that's tightening back up. That's tightening back up. I mean, it's a smaller yes. I don't think I'll move in 2022. I think I'm going to move in like 2025 or something. I don't know if I'll be so. Are you asking me or the pendulum if I'll be solo? I don't think you're supposed to take donuts to a bakery or sand to a beach. I think Dexter St. Jock is waiting for me over there. Maybe I'm supposed to go by myself. Look how still it got. And from my perspective, it's completely still. The camera makes it look like it's moving a whole lot. From here, it looks like it's really, really still. Oh my gosh. Am I supposed to go alone? Look at that tiny, 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 tiny yes. It's the tiniest yes that ever was. It's a tiny yes. So I'm supposed to go. Maybe I'm not supposed. Maybe the reason it's a tiny yes because maybe it's somebody I'll meet like online. I'll never see him until I get there. Because that's tiny. Oh my goodness, you guys have got me intrigued. I wonder what it's gonna be like. But I'm excited. I'm glad that there's something there that's pulling me because I can feel it. I can feel it pulling me, like pulling me over there. And I want to go. All right, so what else? What are y'all's? I got that was 3 minutes down into the my own meanderings about my own walk. How about your walk? Where do you want to go? Are you drawn somewhere? Are you pulled? Are you pulled to a person or a place that you've just never been to and don't know why you're being pulled there? Let's ask. Let's see what's supposed to happen. You know what I mean? What is it? Or are you drawn somewhere? Also, I want a pet. I want to know when I'm getting my puppy. Am I going to get another puppy? First of all, am I going to get... Okay, let's drop it. Am I going to get another puppy? Yes, a tiny yes. Yay. Oh, that's kind of no-ish. No. Am I going to get another dog? Maybe it won't be a puppy. Ooh, that's real no-ish. Oh, no. No dog. Am I going to get a dog for the boys? I'll get them a dog, but I won't have a dog. Oh. Aw, that makes me sad. Well, if I'll get one for them, maybe they'll just do all the hard work and I I'll get to pet it. I don't want to ask any more dog questions. I'm depressed about that now. What else? Are y'all done? Are y'all done asking questions? No more? No more? It says yes. Okay, so I guess we're going to wrap. Now it's saying yes, that we're done with questions. Yes, we're done with questions? Yes. I'm so glad that you guys got to pop on and do a live with me. I hope that you have on your notification bell so that you know that next time I go live, and it may be like this, or maybe, maybe I'll go in full drag. We'll see. We'll see what day that falls on. You have successfully helped me procrastinate from going to the grocery store and hopefully waited out the rain a little bit. Perhaps it's stopped by now. I hope. It can rain here for a long time. But I'm so glad that you joined, and I hope I'll see you next time. Peace, 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 and love.